My mother-in-law tried to break up my marriage, so I broke up her entire family. My mother-in-law has always believed I was beneath her son. She's called me a gold digger at my birthday dinner, during which I paid for her meal, thrown a tantrum over how expensive my $2,500 engagement ring was. She's literally replaced my work clothes with Walmart knockoffs, then used it as proof I was out for my husband's money when I noticed the difference. But when her son continued loving me and told her that was never going to change, she got this look in her eye. Next week, I started noticing the same car everywhere I went. Outside my office, at the gym, following me to the grocery store. When I told my husband I was being followed, he brushed it off as paranoia. Then one day I came home to find a manila folder on my coffee table. Private investigator reports documenting 3 months of my life. Every person I talked to, every place I went, all twisted to look suspicious. The PI noted my male coworker bought me coffee, so clearly we were having an affair. My trips to the bank were evidence of hidden accounts. She wanted me to find these reports. The jewelry incident happened at Easter dinner. I was helping clear the table when MIL shrieked that her grandmother's bracelet was missing. She made a big show of searching before announcing we should check purses. The bracelet was in mine, of course. I watched my husband's face change when she pulled it out. That flicker of doubt broke something in me. MIL graciously announced she wouldn't press charges because we all make mistakes, while the family stared at me like I was trash. 2 weeks later, she invited me to lunch. I thought maybe she wanted to apologize, but instead she slid a check across the table. $50,000. When I didn't respond, she wrote a new one. $75,000, then $100,000. Every woman has a price, she said. Name yours. She told me she'd done this successfully before. I wasn't even the prettiest gold digger her son had dated, apparently. The final straw came at a family dinner in September. Mil had been suspiciously sweet for 2 weeks, which should have warned me. She suggested we all share photos from the recent family beach trip. Connected her phone to the TV. The first few pictures were normal, then suddenly there I was kissing another man. Multiple photos of me with this stranger at restaurants and hotels I'd never been to. The shadows were wrong and the metadata would have proved they were fake, but nobody cared about that while staring at the images on the giant screen. She gave this whole speech about protecting her son and following her maternal instincts. Turned out she'd already shown these photos to my husband's coworkers and friends. She'd been protecting him from the truth about his cheating wife. I tried to defend myself, but she'd primed everyone perfectly. The walk to my car while the family whispered behind me was the longest of my life. My husband asked for space to think on the drive home. That's when I realized this had always been her plan. She would never stop because destroying me was part of her identity now. Sitting in my car, watching him walk into our house without me, I made a decision. If she wanted to play with family secrets, then we'd play. I hired my own investigator to dig into her past. Took him 2 months to find the gold mine. Her husband's nephew looked nothing like his supposed father, but had her distinctive nose and her exact green eyes. The timeline was interesting too. She'd given birth to her first child 6 months prematurely, except the cousin was 6 months older than that. The affair that produced him happened while her husband was on a business trip. I spent months playing the defeated daughter-in-law, apologized for the misunderstanding with the photos, thanked her for accepting me back into the family. Then at Thanksgiving, I suggested a fun family activity for Christmas. Those ancestry DNA tests were so popular, and wouldn't it be amazing to trace the family bloodline? I played right into her ego about how important family heritage was. She couldn't refuse without looking suspicious. Christmas morning, I handed out beautifully wrapped 23andMe kits to everyone. Mil forced a smile, but I could see the panic in her eyes. The next 2 months were delicious. The family group chat buzzed with excitement as people got their results, everyone sharing their ancestry percentages and finding distant relatives. Then the bomb dropped. The cousin got his results showing a half-sibling match with my husband. My father-in-law stared at the screen trying to process what he was seeing. The other family members compared results and confirmed the match. The math was undeniable. Mil tried to say the test was wrong, but science doesn't lie like she does. Watching her perfect family image crumble while she desperately tried to explain was poetic justice. Her husband moved out within a week. The divorce papers cited adultery and fraud. The family split with most cutting her off for her decades of hypocrisy. My husband apologized endlessly for doubting me. Family dinners moved to our house where she wasn't welcome. I thought I'd won. Then my birth control failed despite being careful. The positive pregnancy test came with flowers at my office. The card read, "Congratulations, grandmother knows." An untraceable text followed, "You took my family. Now I'll take what grows inside you and raise it right. Blood is blood." She'd been playing a longer game than I imagined. Full story on channel linked below.